Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Drafts Baseball's live commentary of a Major League Baseball game. And today's game is going to feature the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Indians. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with Major League Baseball, the MLB, or their sponsors. We're providing live reports on the game being played and hope English-speaking audiences can enjoy the game along with us here on YouTube and on Twitch. We'll get to the starting lineups in just a few moments because we're ready to get going with all the action. It's a first game of a doubleheader between the Royals and the Indians. It is a 7-inning affair, and the Kansas City Royals will be sending Whit Merrifield, Nicky Lopez, and Salvador Perez to lead it off against the right-hander Triston McKenzie. For Whit Merrifield on the season, he's hitting .279. He's got 10 homers and 70 runs batted in. He's also got 40 stolen bases under his belt. And we're ready to get this one underway from Cleveland with the first of two. And the first pitch from Triston McKenzie is a fastball that misses upstairs and inside. The count is 1-0 to Merrifield. Defensively for the Cleveland Indians, around the horn on the infield. Here's the pitch to Merrifield. It's a fastball that misses low. Around the horn from first to third, it's Bobby Bradley as the first baseman. The second baseman is Owen Miller today. The shortstop is Andres Jimenez. And the third baseman is Jose Ramirez. There's a fastball fouled away by Merrifield. From left to right in the outfield, it is Oscar Mercado in left. The center fielder is Miles Straw. The right fielder is Bradley Zimmer. And, of course, the battery today is Triston McKenzie and Austin Hedges. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Merrifield. McKenzie goes into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. Merrifield is aboard with a leadoff single here in the top of the first inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop today, Nicky Lopez. For Nicky Lopez on the season, he's hitting .301. He's got a couple of homers and 41 runs batted in. And like Whit Merrifield, who is got some wheels, so does Nicky Lopez. He's got 20 stolen bases on the season. The Kansas City Royals definitely are pleased with Lopez's production this year. They've got Adalberto Mondesi starting at third base today. So Lopez has exceeded their offensive expectations. So McKenzie holds the ball at the chest. He checks the runner, Merrifield at first. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Lopez. Both of these teams are, well, certainly the Royals are mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. And the Cleveland Indians are probably 1 or 2 losses away from being eliminated as well. And here comes the pitch from McKenzie. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul on the third base side. And the count is now 0-2 to Lopez. For Nicky Lopez on the season, this is his third year in the big leagues with the Royals. He's played in 138 games entering today's game. He's been very durable. Career highs in most offensive categories, if not all. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Lopez on strikes. And that is the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Salvador Perez. For Salvador Perez on the season, he's having a fantastic year, also a career year by his standards. He's got 45 home runs this year. His previous career high was 27, and that was back in the 2017 and 2018 seasons. He's batting at .274 on the season with those 45 homers, and he leads the American League with 113 runs batted in. And he takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Perez is currently tied for the league lead with Jose Abreu of the Chicago White Sox. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Perez, and it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Perez is the start today behind home plate. He has DH'd quite a bit this season as well. McKenzie holds set at the chest after getting the sign from Hedges, and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. It's going to get down in front of Oscar Mercado. That's going to be a base hit for Perez. He is aboard with a single. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi. So just as Salvador Perez has been hot, Andrew Benintendi has been equally as hot. He's having himself a outstanding year this year as well. He started slowly, but he's got his average up to 277. Homers and 65 runs batted in. Benintendi batting from the left side. Has a slightly open stance, and there is a fastball that just misses low and away. And the count is 1-0. Benintendi, of course, was acquired from the Boston Red Sox in the past offseason. The diminutive righty stands in on the left side, waiting for the pitch from McKenzie. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into left field, moving back on it, and now backpedaling onto the warning track is Mercado. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Benintendi. It didn't even look like he got all of it. But that ball was sent all the way to the warning track for out number 2. And that's going to bring up the former Cleveland Indian, Carlos Santana. Santana today getting the start as the designated hitter. He's hitting .216 on the season. He's got 19 homers and 64 runs batted in. Batting from the left side against the right-handed slants of McKenzie. He gets the signs from his catcher Hedges. He gets ready to go to work. And delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Carlos Santana is one of those players that has the ability, with a great eye at the plate, to walk as much or almost as much as he strikes out. This year he's got 80 walks and 94 strikeouts. And McKenzie steps off the mound and he does an inside move, forcing Merrifield back to second. Over the course of his career, he was able to turn that trick a couple of times. And he also a couple of times walked equally as much as he struck out. But for the length of his career, he's only been an all-star one time, has been Santana. And here's the pitch from McKenzie. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now 1-1. This is his 12th year at the major league level for Santana. And this year he acquired his magic number of 10 years of major league service time. And for those players, the magic number gives him a full pension after his retirement. Here comes the pitch, and it is a fastball swung on. It is chopped over the pitcher's head, and they throw to first. It's not going to be in time. I'd like to have a look at that. And Whit Merrifield on the chopper is going to score all the way from second base. DeMarlo Hale, the acting manager for the Indians, wants to have a look at this. And why I said it looked kind of weird is, to me, it looked like it could have been catcher's interference. I want to see again if that ball had, if the bat had hit the glove of the catcher, but they may be looking at the play at first base. It was a bang-bang play. Bobby Bradley makes the stretch. Santana really hustled down the line. But if he is ruled out, then it'll take the run off the board, so they are going to have a peek at this one. As I look at the replay, I think the Indians may have a case, and the Kansas City Royals may have a run coming off the board. So Neptune's sanity stops in. He says, feed real, free, and high-quality service to increase your viewers. Be sure to check stream details. So obviously, giving himself a plug. For those of you who are on Twitch, you may see those messages come across. Sometimes we see them on Twitch more than we do on YouTube. And after review, the umpire has gone up with the right hand, and that is going to retire Carlos Santana on a ground out, 6-3 for out number 3. So that's going to take the run off the board. So for the Kansas City Royals, in their top of the first inning, they had no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left the board. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll give you the starting lineups for the Cleveland Indians after this from our friend Matt. We're glad you're with us here today, everybody. Check this out.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We'll give you the starting lineups for the home team from Cleveland today. The Indians are going to send up center fielder Miles Straw, who wears number 7. He'll hit leadoff. Batting second in right field, wearing number 4, is Bradley Zimmer. Batting third and playing third base, wearing number 11, is Jose Ramirez. In the cleanup spot and hitting fourth, wearing number 32, is Franmil Reyes. Batting fifth and playing first base, wearing number 44, is Bobby Bradley. Batting sixth and playing second base, wearing number 6, is Owen Miller. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, wearing number 0, is Andreas Jimenez. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 17, Austin Hedges. And in left field and batting ninth, wearing number 35, is Oscar Mercado. And they're going to face the right-handed slants of Brady Singer. Singer is 10 on the season with a 4.85 ERA. He's worked 120 and 2/3 innings, walking 51 and striking out 124 batters. So Singer looking to eclipse his career high in wins. He won 4 games last year. He's looking to get his 5th win of the season. Defensively for the Royals, from left to right in the outfield, it is going to be Andrew Benintendi in left. The center fielders Michael Taylor and Hunter Dozier gets the call in right. Around the horn from first to third, it is Orion O'Hearn at first. The second baseman is Whit Merrifield. The shortstop is Nicky Lopez, and Adalberto Mondesi is the third baseman. Singer and Perez are the battery, and the first pitch is a fastball, missing outside to Miles Straw, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Straw. Straw batting from the right side, watches a fastball at the knees, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Singer gets the sign from his catcher, Perez. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It's a changeup swung on, and it's belted into left field through the 6-hole. And Straw is aboard with a base hit here to lead things off in the bottom of the first for the Indians. So 1 on, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Bradley Zimmer. And Steve Rademacher in the house today. Thanks for stopping by, Steve. We've got afternoon baseball with a fall field. It's the first game of a doubleheader, and that means it's 7 innings today. So a 7-inning game is what we're going to be calling. And so here comes Bradley Zimmer to the plate. And Budman is here as well. Welcome, Budman. And there's a fastball that misses down to Zimmer, and the count is 1-0. On the season, Zimmer's hitting .231. He's got 7 homers and 30 RBIs. The Royals are in the shift to the right side for Zimmer. Straw gets his lead at first, and Singer fires over. And diving back safely in time is the base runner, Straw. We got Brian Hartman banging the drums saying, "Let's go Indians." And Big Time 89 is in the house. Welcome, guys. Thanks for stopping by to listen to some afternoon baseball if you're on the coast, or if you're in the Midwest, you're on the Eastern time, and it's a 4 o'clock or 4:25 time right now. There's a breaking ball delivered to Zimmer, and it's tapped foul over on the first base side, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Zimmer digs in at the plate. Singer gets the sign from his catcher, Perez. He kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball. Swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a sparse crowd in Cleveland today for the home team. If you've never been to Cleveland, I've really enjoyed the ball when it used to be known as Jacobs. Of course, Progressive is in the name now. It's a nice place to see a ball game. It's unfortunate that the Tribe doesn't get the attendance it did. And there's a fastball inside. Off goes the runner, straight out second. They fire down to second base. Lopez applies the tag, and Straw has been called out. We're going to wait to see if Mike Matheny wants to have DeMarlo Hale wants to have a review of this. And he's waved it off, says no, he doesn't, as it looks like the tag was in time. Lopez was able to get it. So that's caught stealing. 2-6 for out number 1 here in the first inning. And the pitch to Zimmer, by the way, was a ball, so it's 2-2. And there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Zimmer has been retired for out number 2, so 2 up and 2 away here in the bottom half of the first inning. The temperature at game time for the Indians, it's 85 degrees. It's partly cloudy. We haven't seen a lot of sunshine yet, as it's been behind the clouds. And here's the first pitch to Ramirez. It's a fastball taken low. Count is 1-0. The umpires for today's game are DJ Rayburn, and behind home plate, John Bacon is working first. Alex Tosi is at second, and Adrian Johnson is holding down the third base. There's a fastball that misses down and into Ramirez, and the count is 2-0. For Jose Ramirez on the season, he's hitting .265. He's got 35 homers and 94 runs batted in. Surprisingly, he's also got 24 stolen bases. And there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 2-1. Ramirez is only 6 stolen bases away being a 30-30 man. He's going to have to pick up his pace over the last 10 to 12 games to be able to do that. And there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-1 to Ramirez. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Singer ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball that misses low, and Ramirez is aboard with a 2-out walk. For those of you who have not seen Brady Singer in his delivery, one of the things that I notice is that he's very, very quick in his lower half. He really, really rocks back really, really quick, and then he slows himself down just before he's at the top of his delivery. I've seen Singer a couple of times this year for the Royals pitch, and other games don't always follow Kansas City. But I do like his stuff. The Royals have a bright future with some of their young arms, and there is help on the way. So here's the first pitch delivered to Franmil Reyes. It's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that catches the outside corner, counts 1-1. Franmil Reyes on the season's batting .259. He's got 30 homers and 80 runs batted in. The Royals are shifted to the left side of the infield for Reyes. Here's the 0-1. It's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded to the right side of the shift. It's going to get into right center field, and Ramirez is going to get all the way around to third base. And with 2 away here, the Indians have something brewing in their bottom half of the first inning, as Ramirez is now at third, and Reyes has himself a 2-out single. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Bobby Bradley. Bobby Bradley on the season is hitting .220. He's got 13 homers and 36 runs batted in. He's batting from the left side. He's Got quite a bit of juice in the bat, but he's been without a home run for a little bit. Right-hander against the left-hander. Singer delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. Bradley was originally a third-round draft choice in the 2014 draft out of Harrison Central High School in Gulfport, Mississippi. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Bradley. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul over on the third base side. It's going to reach the seats, and the count is now 0-2. The knock on Bradley in the minor leagues, and it's carried into the big league level. He's struck out 82 times in 209 at-bats. He's got to find a way to be able to cut down on that strikeout rate, but he does have legitimate major power. Here comes the 0-2. That's a fastball that is down, and it hits Bradley in the back foot. And an 0-2 pitch that hits Bradley to load the bases. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Owen Miller. So there's nothing worse than seeing the batter. And if you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's where you want to get hit. It looked like it barely grazed the inside of his toe, but it did hit it, and the ball popped straight up in the air. So Bradley's aboard at first on the hit by pitch. Reyes is the runner at second, and Jose Ramirez is the runner at third. So holding the ball at the belt is Singer. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Miller on the season's batting $193. He's got 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. Singer gets the sign from his catcher, Perez. He delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 1-1. So both teams here in the first inning have had a lot of traffic on the base paths, but no one has been able to break the ice yet. The Indians are threatening here with 2 out in their half of the first inning with the bases loaded. And Owen Miller looking to do some damage. Singer leans in against the sign from his catcher, Perez. He gets ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 1-2 to Miller. Owen Miller was originally a third-round pick of the San Diego Padres. He's getting his first taste of Major League action this year, and there's a fastball delivered. It's taken on the outside corner for a called third strike, and Miller has gone down looking for out number 3. So for the Indians in their half of the first inning, they had 2 hits. There were no and 3 runners left aboard. We're now through 1 complete. It is the Kansas City Royals nothing, the Cleveland Indians nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. Here is our friend Matt again. Be sure to check out his channel after the game if you're listening on YouTube.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Once again, that's Matt Hollis. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. We'll be back after these tunes with the call at the top of the second inning. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Kansas City lineup to face Triston McKenzie. That means it's Adalberto Mondesi, Michael Taylor, and Ryan O'Hearn. And the first pitch that McKenzie delivers is a fastball at the knees to Mondesi, taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. For Mondesi on the season, he's hitting .264. He's got 6 homers and 16 runs batted in. There's a breaking ball from McKenzie that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. Mondesi missed quite a bit of time early in the season through injury, and there's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded, and it is hit between the second baseman and shortstop who were playing in the shift. In fact, they almost collided with another. Miller, the second baseman, and Jimenez, the shortstop, where they were positioned. He almost had to pull up to avoid collision, and the ball got through him on the right side of the infield. Miller kind of slid, and Jimenez turned away as they thought they both were going to get there. So a leadoff single here for Mondesi in the second inning. That brings up Michael Taylor. And here's the first pitch to Taylor. It is a fastball. He squares the bunt. Off the bases is Mondesi, and he's going to get himself a stolen base. Mondesi just picked up his 12th stolen base of the year. It wasn't close this time. And he is aboard. The Kansas City Royals, as like the Cleveland Indians, have some guys who can run a bit. Whit Merrifield at the top of the order has 40 bags. Nicky Lopez has 20. And then you've got Michael Taylor with 13. But Mondesi, who just stole his 12th there, there's a fastball swung on, and that's lifted foul, and the count is now 1-1. For Adalberto Mondesi, he led the league in stolen bases last year. Mind you, it was an abbreviated season, but Mondesi was able to lead the American League with 24. The year before that, he had 43 and 32, so he can run a little bit. This year, he's only played, this is his 25th game of the season after missing quite a bit of action through injury. And so Nicky Lopez has been playing very good shortstop and will probably play out the string, though Mondesi in recent years has been the shortstop. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into shallow left field. Moving back on it is Jimenez, but calling him off is Oscar Mercado. He is going to make the catch for the first of the inning, so that will retire Michael Taylor, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. For O'Hearn on the season, he's hitting .220. He's got 9 homers and 28 runs batted in. McKenzie gets ready to go back to work. O'Hearn batting from the left side. He digs in. They check the runner at second. McKenzie, there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. For Ryan O'Hearn, he is in his 4th big league season. There were a lot of expectations on O'Hearn when he first broke in 2018. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to McKenzie, and McKenzie has got Adalberto Mondesi really jockeying with him at second base, and he steps off the mound. He's going to do it again. There were a lot of expectations for O'Hearn. He's now 27 years old. He's never really been able to get his batting average and his power to stay together. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count now is 0-2. He's a career 214 hitter. He struck out 249 times in his 817 at-bats entering today's ball game. They're anticipating that he'd be a run producer in the middle of their order. He was originally drafted in the 8th round out of Sam Houston State. There's a fastball swung on, it's fouled away, and the count is going to remain at 0-2. When I look at a player like Ryan O'Hearn, I think that could be somebody who could be a very nice player overseas in Korea or Japan, go and get himself a solid payday and end with a 5 or 6 year career in the Japanese league. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. Just has that vibe about him. Kind of like how Justin Smoke went over this year with the Murray Giants and was able to playing career. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to O'Hearn. The runner at second is Mondesi. There's 1 away here in the top of the 2nd inning. McKenzie working from the stretch. He checks the runner at second. He checks him again and again. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And O'Hearn has gone down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the right fielder, Hunter Dozier. For Dozier, he's hitting .211. He's got 13 homers and 44 runs batted in. McKenzie gets ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher, Hedges. And he kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball that misses up high. The count is 1-0. This is Dozier's 132nd game of the season. McKenzie holds the ball at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's another breaking ball. And off to the races is Mondesi, and he's going to take third base. So another stolen base for Mondesi, as he's always done. He must have been picking up the signs. Knowing it was a good pitch to run on, being an off-speed pitch. Hedges' throw was decent, but it just wasn't in time. It was right on the money. Had 1 hop, and it was able to take the ball right into the slide of, Mondesi's 2nd stolen base. That gives him 13 on the year now. The breaking ball, and that's swung on and missed. It is now 2-1 to Dozier. Before the season began this year, the Royals gave a lot of money to Dozier. He signed a 4-year contract with a 5th-year option, and there's a fastball swung on, and this ball is hammered to left field. And standing up and looking back is Mercado, and he's going to watch that sail into the seats, a good 15 rows into the stands. And Dozier has got himself a 2-run homer here in the top of the 2nd inning. And the Royals have jumped out in front of the Indians 2-0. And that is going to bring back up the top of the order, Whit Merrifield. So the 2-1 pitch, that fastball was letter high. And in fact, I would say that Dozier pulled a pitch that was middle away. It's a very difficult thing to do, and that ball sailed right into the seats. In the left field stand. So here we go back to the live action, and the first pitch is a fastball delivered to Merrifield, and the count is 0-1. Merrifield today has 1 for a singled his first time up. He's raised his season average to 281. So McKenzie goes into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. We were talking about Hunter Dozier and the contract that the Kansas City Royals had given to him. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled back. 1-2. They were hoping that he would take over the everyday third base position. He's had quite a bit of opportunity to play there. Comes the pitch, and it's a breaking ball down. And Merrifield checks his swing, but the home plate umpire, DJ Rayburn, said he went. Is going to retire Merrifield for the third out of the inning. So for the Royals in their half, they had 2 runs on 2 hits. There was no errors and nobody left the board. The 2-run homer by Hunter Dozier has the Royals up ahead 2-0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back after this in just a moment. Are you into digital cards? Last Wraps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spun Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day. And there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
As always, thanks again, Steve, for your support of our channel after the game. Check out Steve Rademacher's channel on YouTube for all your entertainment needs. And it's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up to bat for the Cleveland Indians in their half of the second. And the first pitch from Brady Singer to Andreas Jimenez is bunted foul on the third baseline. And the count is 0-1. So Jimenez, Hedges, and Mercado to get things going in the bottom half of the second. Jimenez stands in facing the right-hander Singer, and Singer kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. For Jimenez on the season, he's batting .204. He's got 3 homers and 12 RBIs. He's getting the start at short today. Singer ready to go back to work. Gets the sign from his catcher Perez. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's tap foul over on the first base side, and the count's going to remain at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes to Jimenez. Singer rocks into the motion. He delivers. It's a fastball missing off the outside part of the plate. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Indians are in the hole 2-0 here to the Royals in their half of the second inning. And there's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to first. It's fielded by O'Hearn. He's going to run over and touch the base. He takes it himself, and that goes as a ground out to 3 for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Austin Hedges. For Hedges on the season, he's hitting .174. He's got 8 homers and 28 runs batted in. Hedges was acquired in the offseason from the San Diego Padres. And the first pitch to Hedges is a breaking ball outside, and the count is 1-0. Now check that. He was acquired in the 2020 season in that multiple player trade. He was also acquired with Owen Miller and Josh Naylor and Cal Quantrill. There were a whole host of players coming from the Padres over to the Indians, and there's a breaking ball that's fouled away, and the count is 1-1. The Padres and the Indians have made some trades in recent years. Of course, going the other way was the pitcher Mike Clevinger. The Padres were hoping would be an anchor of their staff. Of course, he's missing the entire year with Tommy John surgery. There's a fastball that misses outside in the 1. You got to tip your hat to the Cleveland Indians. They just continue to roll out pitching, and there's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle. It's fielded by the second baseman Merrifield, who's standing right over the bag. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Hedges. That goes as a ground out, 4-3 for out number 2, and that's going to leave it up to Oscar Mercado. Saying the Cleveland Indians pitching, especially starting pitching, over the last 10 to 15 years, they just keep pumping out guys. Obviously, Tristan McKenzie being one of those today, who's getting the start this afternoon. But whether it's Zach Plesac or Aaron Savali, acquiring Cal Quantrill in the trade, they just continue to produce pitchers one after another after another. And there's a breaking ball delivered to Mercado down, and the count is 1-0. For Oscar Mercado on the season, he's hit 226. He's got 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. Singer gets the aside from his catcher, Perez, and there's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul on the first base side. It'll reach the seats, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Mercado digs himself in. They are playing him around to the left side of the infield, and there's a fastball swung on and lifted foul on the first base side, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Both of these teams are pretty much playing out the string as they are out of playoff contention. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded short. It's fielded by Lopez. He moves to his left. He fires to first, and that is going to retire Mercado. Mercado is certainly upset with himself as he gets through the base. He probably should have done better with that pitch. And so for the Indians in their half of the second, they go in order. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're moving to the top of the 3rd inning. It's the Kansas City Royals 2, the Cleveland Indians nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call at the top of the 3rd inning. We're glad you could be with us here this afternoon. Would you like to support Last Drafts Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Drafts Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the inning. It is going to be the Kansas City Royals coming to bat. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. That means Nicky Lopez, Salvador Perez, and Andrew Benintendi. We'll get things going for the Royals in their top of the 3rd. Royals got on the scoreboard in the 2nd inning after Alberto Mondesi singled and stole a couple of bases. It was a 2-run homer by Hunter Dozier that opened up the scoring, and that's where we've 2 games. The Royals, of course, are only playing 7 innings, and we like to say that's softball style. So here comes the first pitch to Lopez. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. McKenzie has not been as sharp today. I got a chance to see him pitch last week. I felt his stuff was pretty good. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. And the count is 1-1. He's just missing his spots a little bit. And that can make a difference. If you're not sharp or not on your game, it could leave pitches in locations that you don't want it to be. There's a foul swung on and fouled away over on the third base side, and the count is 1-2. There's a lot to like about this young pitcher. He's having himself a decent campaign, 5-6. So here comes the pitch to Lopez, and McKenzie kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and is lined into shallow center field for a base hit. A little bit to his left to make the play is Miles Straw, and he fires it back in. And Nicky Lopez is aboard with a leadoff single here in the third inning, and that would be a case in point right there. That pitch was just in a location that's too good. And it looked like he missed his spot, left it up in the zone, and Lopez made him pay. In his last start against the Minnesota Twins, McKenzie went 6 innings, and he ended up picking up himself up a victory. Here's the first pitch to Salvador Perez. It's a changeup and fouled straight back, and the count is 0-1. McKenzie's got good stuff. There's a lot of life on his fastball. And he has pitched better lately. His last 7 starts, he's gone at least 6 innings or more. He fires over to first and diving back in time as Lopez, and the count's now still going to be 1-1. In the game against Detroit, he only allowed 1 hit. In fact, it's not been since on 5th when he faced the Blue Jays, where he hits in a ball game. And today, he's already allowed his 5th hit here, and we're just into the 5th. But again, still a lot to like about this young right-handed pitcher. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's a fastball swung on it, is popped up into shallow left field. Backing up on it is the shortstop Jimenez. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to retire Salvador Perez for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi. Benintendi is 0 for 1 today. He flew out to left field his first time up, and he flew out right to the warning track, which, when we saw the swing of his pitch, it hardly looked like he got barrel on it. It looked like he got it down toward the fists, and he still sent it a long way. So here comes the first pitch to Benintendi. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is absolutely hammered. It's into deep right center field, and this ball is gone. It's going to reach the seats about 5-6 rows back, and Benintendi has got himself a 2-run homer here in the third inning, and the Tribe now find themselves down 4-0. That ball was absolutely scorched, and it got out in a hurry. And Benintendi's got his 16th homer of the year. And the score is now 4-0 for the Kansas City Royals. That's going to bring up the designated hitter today, Carlos Santana, and he watches a first pitch breaking ball go by for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Santana works, stands on the left side. There's a fastball swung on and all the way, and the count is now 0-2. You could just tell that Tristan McKenzie isn't sharp today. He's got pretty good stuff, but he's not able to command his pitches where he wants them to be, and the Royals made him pay. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, and there's a breaking ball that is waved out in the dirt. Santana has gone down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Adalberto Mondesi. Both of these clubs, both the Royals and the Indians, are only a couple of players away from being real dangerous club next year. Certainly another year of experience for the young Kansas City pitching staff, and same can be said for the Indians. And there's a fastball delivered to Mondesi. He tries to bunt it and ends up going foul about 15 to 20 rows on the first base side of home plate. And the count to Mondesi is 0-1. Kansas City Royals are maybe a positioner player or one bat or two away, and there's help coming from the minor leagues, more help coming on the pitching front. There's a fastball that is inside. Count is 1-1. Their top pick from a couple of years ago, or if it was last year, Asa Lacy, has struggled, though. There's a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. But if he can get himself sorted out, that's another weapon that the Royals will have when he can get to the big leagues. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, and here comes the pitch from McKenzie. It's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into deep right field. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble, but it's going to hook foul, and it's going to get into the seats down the right field line. And a man has grabbed it, and he gives it to a little girl. It looks like it's his daughter sitting in the end of the aisle. And the count is 1-2 to Mondesi. It's like the dad's got his daughter with him at the ball game this afternoon. And here comes the pitch from McKenzie. It's a fastball swung on. It's tapped over to the shortstop, Jimenez. He fields the ball on the run. He throws to first. That is going to retire Mondesi out 6-3 for the third out of the inning. But more damage has been done here for the Royals. They got 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. The home run by Benintendi does the damage. There were no errors and nobody left the board. Moving to the bottom of the third, it is the Kansas City Royals 4, the Cleveland Indians nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back after this from our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. He's always got some wild and interesting things.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Reps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Reps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Reps Baseball.
Thanks again, Steve. Whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, the No Filter Friday, or the Saturday morning cartoons, Steve has always got some entertaining things to offer. Be sure to check out his channel after the game. We'll be back after these tunes with the call at the bottom of the third inning. Welcome back, everybody. We're back underway here in Cleveland. It's the bottom of the third inning, and the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Miles Straw, was a fastball that missed outside. And then he swung at a breaking ball up the middle, and it was fielded by Merrifield. Merrifield had to throw off one leg, but it's not going to be in time to get the speedy Straw. He is aboard with a base hit. So Straw, Zimmer, and Ramirez will be batting here in the bottom half of the third inning. Miles Straw aboard with a single. That's his second hit of the ball game. The first inning, he was retired as he was caught stealing. So he is now the runner at first. That brings Bradley Zimmer to the plate. Zimmer today is 0 for, he struck out his first time up. Right-hander against the left-hander. Singer holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to O'Hearn at first, over to second for one. The relay is not in time. They are going to get the speedy straw off the base paths. That'll be a fielder's choice. 3-6 on the putout for out number one over at second. Zimmer is aboard. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. A nice defensive play by O'Hearn. The Indians have some guys who can run in their lineup. All top three hitters are guys who can get around the base paths a little bit. Even Jimenez can run quite a bit. Oscar Mercado can run. He just doesn't always get opportunity to get onto the base paths to show his stuff. So here comes Jose Ramirez to the plate with runner on first and one away. And Ramirez has asked for time as he feels that Singer has held on for far too long. Against Ramirez, they are playing with three fielders to the right side of the infield. The third baseman, Mondesi, is kind of in the 6-hole. So here comes the pitch from Singer, and it is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Ramirez walked his first time up, and he was stranded at third when the Indians left the bases loaded in their half of the first inning. So here comes the 1-0 to Ramirez. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Ramirez. Check that, 2 balls and no strikes to Ramirez. So 2 balls and no strikes to Ramirez. That was Singer's 40th pitch of the ball game. He gets the sign. He kicks and delivers. There is a changeup taken for a called strike. The count is 2-1. Ramirez is 6 RBIs away from 100 and 6 stolen bases away from 30. He's still got about a week and a half to get to both of those spots in his career season here this year. And I would say it would be a career season for him because he's really doing a lot of this on his own. There's a break swung on and tap foul. The count's 2-2. In previous years, he had Francisco Lindor hitting around him. And this year he's got, not that Franmil Reyes isn't having a good year himself, but Franmil Reyes, Bobby Bradley, certainly not Francisco Lindor. Or for that matter, even Carlos Santana hitting around you in the order. And there's a breaking ball, and it's grounded to second, over to the shortstop for 1, and that is going to be it. The ball was chopped slowly to the second baseman, Merrifield. It's going to retire Zimmer at second. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice, 4-6 for the second out. And Ramirez is aboard with on board with the fielder's choice. And that's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Franmil Reyes. For Franmil Reyes on the season, he's hitting .259. He's got himself 30 homers and 80 runs batted in. He digs in at the plate. Singer holds set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Reyes again waiting on the delivery from Singer, and Singer throws a breaking ball. It's grounded over on the third base side. Mondesi fields it, but it's going to be in foul territory, and that's going to even the count at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated hitter, Franmil Reyes. Singer's got himself a new ball, and he's ready to go back to work. He holds at the belt, and he kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball that's down and away. They ask for some help over on the first base umpire, but they say he didn't go. count is 2-1 to Reyes. Of course, we got to look at the replay, and it looked like that Reyes may have gone. So he gets a friendly home field call from the first base umpire, and here's the pitch from Singer. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Reyes. Ramirez gets his lead at first base. He's being held on by O'Hearn. Singer kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on it, is lifted foul over on the first base side. The count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Reyes. The runner at first is Ramirez. And Bobby Bradley is looming on deck. Singer gets the side from his catcher, Perez. He's ready to go to work, and off to the races goes Ramirez. And there is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Reyes is retired for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Indians in their half of the 3rd, they had no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're through 3 complete in Cleveland. It's the Kansas City Royals for the Cleveland Indians 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the call. Here's one of our Did You Knows. We did Josh Naylor earlier. We're going to give you a Did You Know of Walker Buehler. We'll be back in a couple moments with the call at the top of the 4th inning, and it is our pleasure to give you some of our Japanese Hall of Fame memories. We were at the Tokyo Baseball Hall of Fame a couple of years ago, and here are some of the memories that we had from our day at the Hall. Welcome back, everybody. We're cruising to the top of the 4th inning. It's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming to bat for the Kansas City Royals. That's Michael Taylor, Ryan O'Hearn, and Hunter Dozier. So we are ready to get back to the action, and the first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to McKenzie. And from McKenzie to Taylor, and it is down and away, taken for a ball 1. Taylor today is 0 for 1. He flew up to left field his first time up, and he takes a breaking ball for a called strike, and the count now is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's another breaking ball that misses up and in, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike to Taylor. So here comes the 3-1. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and Taylor is aboard with a lead walk here. This is the 4th consecutive inning that McKenzie has allowed the leadoff batter to reach base. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn today is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Gets himself dug in, ready to go. McKenzie gets the sign from his catcher Hedges. It's a breaking ball delivered. Off to the races is the runner Taylor, and he is going to steal second base as the throw from Hedges is not in time. So Taylor gets himself a stolen base. That's the third stolen base of the ball game for the Kansas City Royals. They are running all over the place today on the Indians. It was a nice job by Jimenez to get to the base. He tried to block the base. Taylor went headfirst into the bag. That's his 14th stolen base of the year. And they fire over to second base, and getting back in time is Taylor. And Taylor also is touched again from the shortstop Jimenez, who applied the first tag. He tried to get him stepping off of the base. So no balls and one strike. Hearn. McKenzie checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to the second baseman, Miller, who's deep in the hole in behind second base. He fields it. He flips it to first. That is going to retire O'Hearn on a ground out, 4-3 for out number one, and that's going to advance Michael Taylor over to third. That'll bring up the right fielder, Hunter Dozier. For Dozier today, he is 1 for 1. He hit the 2-run homer in the second inning to get things going for the Royals. In his first at bat, we started to say he inked a contract at the beginning of the year with the Kansas City Royals. They had extended him. And there's a fastball swung on and it is hit into right field. That ball is going to get down, and it's also going to knock in Michael Taylor from third. So a base hit single for Dozier. It was now 2 for 2 today. We started to say that this year he's making $2.5 million, but next year he's going to make $4.75. He's going to make $7.5 in 2023, $9.25 in 2024. And then there is a $10 million contract on the table for 2025, but it has a $1 million team buyout option. And then there's some other stipulations to that. So here comes the first pitch to Merrifield, but instead Tristan McKenzie flips it over to first, and diving back in time is Dozier. So the Royals made a decision to lock Dozier up. Well, Dozier offensively has not had a great season. And they've pretty much taken him maybe long-term off of third base if they're going to go with Mondesi over there. They're trying a few combinations. There's a breaking ball that misses down. Count is 1-0 to Merrifield. Merrifield is hitting .280 on the season. He's got himself 10 homers and 70 runs batted in. So obviously with Nicky Lopez playing well and Adalberto Mondesi now back in the lineup, they're playing him at third base to give them a look to see how that's going to play out defensively. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-0 to Merrifield. So 2 balls and no strikes. There is action in the Cleveland bullpen. They have a right-hander, J.C. Mejia, up on the mound, or in the pen, getting loose. Hedges is out to talk to his young right-hander. So 2 balls and no strikes to Merrifield. Here in the top of the 4th inning, it is a 4-0 lead for the Royals. McKenzie gets ready to go back to work. He comes set at the chest, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's ripped foul down the left field line. Merrifield did a really good job of keeping his hands inside the ball and turning on that pitch. That's going to bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. McKenzie gets the sign from his catcher, Hedges. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to third. Ramirez fields it over to second for one. Back to first, and that is going to be a Cleveland Indian double play. And that's a tough man to double up in Whit Merrifield. But Merrifield grounds into a double play, 5-4-3. And that will do it for the Royals in their half of the fourth inning. So for the Royals, they scored 1 run. They had 1 hit. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is the Kansas City Royals 5, the Cleveland Indians nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a moment with the call of the bottom of the fourth inning. We're glad you're with us.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's Matt Hollis, and another Hollis build after the game. Be sure to go check out his call. Thanks again for stopping in to listen to our call of ball game. Be sure, if you want to know when we're on the air again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The notifications will let you know about 30 minutes before the ball games when we're calling the balls and strikes. We do the Japanese games late night, so hopefully you can tune into one of those ones as well. We'll be back in a moment after these tunes with the call, the bottom of the fourth inning. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming to bat for the Cleveland Indians, and that means it's going to be Bobby Bradley, Owen Miller, and Andreas Jimenez to face the right-hander Brady Singer. And the first pitch delivered to Bradley is a fastball that misses down for ball 1, and the count is 0-1. For Bradley, he's officially does not have an at-bat today. He was hit in the foot by a pitch his first time up. And he swings at a fastball, and the count is 1-1. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, it was in the left foot and around the toe area, the big toe area. It barely got him, but it did hit him nonetheless. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. There is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. Bradley batting .220 on the season with 13 homers and 36 runs batted in. He digs in, and he's waiting on the pitch from Singer. Singer kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is now 2-2. I mentioned earlier that Bradley has quite a bit of strikeouts in his plate appearances here. He's got 82 strikeouts, and there's a breaking ball that's swung on to missed, and that's going to retire Bradley for the first out of the inning. But also, it's been a bit of a power outage in the month of September for Bradley. He hit his 13th homer a couple of days ago against the Twins. But it's the only home run he has hit in the month of September. He has got himself a little bit of a power outage. He's been striking out at a bit of an alarming clip. He struck out 4 times in yesterday's ball game against the New York Yankees. So here we go back to the live action, and it's the first pitch swung on by Miller. He grounds it to Mondesi at third. He fields it. He fires to first, and Owen Miller is going to be retired on the first pitch he sees. Goes as a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. That's going to fall up to the shortstop, Andreas Jimenez. For Jimenez, today he is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the first baseman O'Hearn his first time up. He's got the slightly open stance, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Singer goes back to work, and there's a breaking ball swung on. It's tapped over on the first base side. Jimenez stumbles out of the batter's box, but that ball bounces foul. If the ball would have stayed fair, they would have had a very easy play, as Jimenez got about 2 steps out of the box and face planted to the ground. He just lost his footing. The first step that he took, he ended up slipping a little bit with his right foot and ended up going to the ground. So no balls and 2 strikes to Jimenez. Singer ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside. Count is now 1-2 to Jimenez. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Singer gets the sign from his catcher, Perez, ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball that the home plate umpire says that Jimenez offered at, and he is going to be rung up on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Tribe in their half of the 4th, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 4 complete in Cleveland. It is the Kansas City Royals 5, the Cleveland Indians nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just moments with the top of the 5th inning. We're glad you could join us today. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out his channel after the game for all your entertainment needs.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie in Last Straps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Roddy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Straps Baseball.
As always, thanks again, Steve, for your support. We'll be back after these tunes with a call at the top of the 5th inning. Welcome back, everybody. They're staying with the right-hander Tristan McKenzie, and he delivered a first pitch fastball for a call strike to Nicky Lopez. And the count to Lopez is 0-1. As Salvador Perez and Andrew Benintendi here to face McKenzie in the 5th inning. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count's 1-1. For Lopez today, he's 1 for 2 and scored a run. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into left center field. It's going to fall in front of the charging right center fielder Miles Straw. And that is going to be a base hit. That's Lopez's 2nd hit of the ball game. And he is aboard again. So every inning today, Tristan McKenzie has allowed the leadoff batter to reach base. 5 innings, 5 leadoff hitters. That brings up the catcher, Salvador Perez. Perez today is 1 for 2. He's singled and popped to short. He swings at the first pitch. It's a fastball hammered foul on the third baseline. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. McKenzie is up to 65 pitches here in his, as he begins the 5th inning of work. So 1 on and nobody out. Here comes the pitch to Perez. It's a fastball that's swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. A lot of like about this young right-hander for the Indians. A tall, lanky right-hander. He's got some pretty good stuff. Here comes the 0-2, and it's a breaking ball that misses outside to Perez, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pocket quarterback, Lamar Jackson, in the house, stopping in to say hello. Welcome. I'm glad you are with us. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. McKenzie kicks and delivers, and it is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field, and this ball is going to reach the seats. That's a good solid 10 rows back. And Salvador Perez has just hit himself a 2-run homer, and he is going to pad his lead. He's going to add himself a couple more to his lead in the RBI department. But he's got the all-time record now for most homers in a season by a catcher, and that is number 46 on the year. He's going to extend that lead of all time, and he is a 7-time All-Star, and it's definitely having one of the finest years of his career at the plate at the age of 31. He absolutely crushed that. So a 2-run homer by Salvador Perez. And the Royals are up 7-0 now on the Indians. And Carl Willis is out to talk to his young right-hander, and it looks like by all accounts they're leaving him in the game. He really hasn't thrown a ton of pitches. They're going to let him figure out and work on some stuff out here. Not to mention they've got a second half of the doubleheader. So a man trying to make a grab with holding a young child in his right arm. He lifted on the ball, it got over his head. So Perez is getting a lot of congratulations in the dugout from his teammates. So here comes Andrew Benintendi to the plate. The first pitch to Benintendi is a fastball that misses upstairs. The story of the day today has been the 2-run homers. Benintendi himself has a 2-run homer. He's also flown out to left field. There's a fastball that misses low, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and strikes to Benintendi. There's nobody out here in the 5th inning. The Indians do have action in their bullpen. They've got another right-hander up and throwing again. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-0. Comes the 3-0 to Benintendi. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 3-1. That homer earlier today, Benintendi's got 16 now on the season. Here's the pitch from McKenzie. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away straight back, and the count is 3-2. That home run now by Perez has made him the all-time single-season leader with home runs by a catcher at 46. And here is a fastball. It's swung on. It's popped up in the infield. Coming in on it is the first baseman, Bradley. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Benintendi for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Carlos Santana. Santana today is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, and he has struck out in his 2 times to the plate. And that is going to do it as DeMarlo Hale has come out to the mound, and that is going to bring a pitching change, and that is going to do it for young Tristan McKenzie. McKenzie didn't have it today. He went 4 1/3 innings, allowing all 7 runs, and all 7 runs are earned runs. Unfortunately for him, he also allowed 9 hits in the ball game. And we'll be back in just a couple moments as we have this pitching change. Stay tuned, everybody. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down, 'cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change for the Cleveland Indians. They've gone to the bullpen, and we are going to see J.C. Mejia. He is coming on to replace Tristan McKenzie. It's not one of McKenzie's finer outings, as he's given up 7 runs in 4 1/3 innings of work. And Mejia is ready to face Carlos Santana. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0. Mejia on the season is 1-7. He's pitched in 48 1/3 innings. He's appeared in 15 games, 11 of which have been starts. His ERA is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is 1-1. Mejia in those 48 1/3 innings has allowed 58 hits. He's walked 24 and struck out 44. So here we go, ready to go back to the action. Mejia working from the stretch with nobody on. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting Santana. And here's the pitch from Mejia. It's a fastball swung on. It's top foul over on the first base side. It's picked up by the Royals first base coach, and he's going to flip it into the stands. Count's going to remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Santana. Here comes the 1-2. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Mejia. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to second. It's fielded by Miller. He throws to first. That is going to retire Santana. It goes as a ground out, 4-3 for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to Adalberto Mondesi. For Mondesi today, he is 1 for 2. He singled and had a couple of stolen bases and scored a run in the second. He also grounded to short in the third inning. He's pulled his season average up to 270. He's got 6 homers and 16 runs batted in. Batting from the left side, he faces Mejia for the first time, and Mejia kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. A lot to like about the right-hander Mejia. The pitcher from the Dominican Republic He stands in at 6'5", 240 pounds. He's got a lot of life on his pitches. He's just unable to command his pitches right now. There was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that misses inside at the knees. The count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Mejia gets the sign from his catcher Hedges, and he gets ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 3-0. This has been the problem with Mejia in his innings of work with the Indians. He's had difficulty controlling his pitches, and then when he has to throw a pitch for a strike, the hitters are waiting for it. And here comes the 3-0. There's a fastball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Mejia holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Counts now 3-2 to Mondesi. The center fielder Michael Taylor waits his turn on deck. So Mejia gets the sign from his catcher Hedges. He's ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it here for the Kansas City Royals in their half of the 5th inning. But the damage has been done. Salvador Perez's 46th homer of the year gives the Royals 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the Kansas City Royals 7. The Cleveland Indians nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back. The call of the bottom of the 5th inning after these. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 5th inning. And the Cleveland Indians are trailing the Kansas City Royals 7-0. Coming up for the Indians in their half of the 5th, it'll be Austin Hedges, Oscar Mercado, and Miles Straw. Salvador Perez in the top half of the inning hit his 46th homer of the season. That has surpassed Johnny Bench's record of 45. He's had an absolutely outstanding season this year, has Salvador Perez. We're ready to resume the action. So here comes the first pitch to Hedges. He takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball delivered, and it swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. Hedges sees the ball down in left field. It is fielded by the left fielder, Benintendi, and it's going to hold Hedges to a long single. Hedges is aboard with a base hit here to begin the 5th inning. I'll bring up the left fielder, Oscar Mercado. 117 of the 148 games have been as a catcher for Salvador Perez. So he is a primary catcher, and he does get a lot of work behind the plate. And there's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Mercado. sometimes it's always a bit of a concern or always a bit of an asterisk. How many home runs did he hit when he was as the designated hitter? That would be an interesting question to take a look at. How would that impact? And there is a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is 0-2. The reason I say that is Johnny Bench's record was 45 homers, but it was all when he was having to catch. So it makes you wonder how many games did Perez hit home runs as a designated hitter. And there is a fastball swung on and missed, and Mercado was retired for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order, Miles Straw. So we could get a breakdown of that. It would be interesting to see what that difference would be. I don't know if we can always get the breakdowns on what he did when he was, how he was batting and what he was batting as, or as a starter or as a substitute. So here comes the first pitch to Straw. It's a breaking ball that's missing outside, and the count is 1-0. We're trying to get our crack stat team to look that up to see what he would have been able to do, certainly as where he was playing. There's a fastball delivered to Straw. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. You could probably manually go back and find that answer. I think it would be very interesting to know how many he was able to hit when he was actually just behind the plate. And there's a fastball that misses outside the Straw, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. You can find all the stats you want, what it was as a this or that. And here we have our answer. So 31 homers of the 46 were as a catcher. He's hit 15 as the designated hitter. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball's right field. It's going to get over the head of the right fielder Dozier. It's going to bounce on the warning track. It's going to get into the stands. And Hedges is going to have to be held at third base. And Straw has himself a ground rule double here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder Bradley Zimmer. So I think if you're Johnny Bench, your argument may still be in place. Hey, yeah, you know what? He's got 46 home runs, but I did 45 of mine by squatting behind the hitter. Whereas Salvador Perez has hit 31 of his home runs while catching, and the other 15 has been in the role of the designated hitter. So he may have himself an argument with Johnny Bench to say, hey, mine's worth more. There's a first pitch changeup taken by Zimmer, and that's outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Zimmer today is 0 for 2. He struck out in the first, and he bounced into a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. Straw establishes his lead at second. Singer kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count's now even at 1-1. And that's not to diminish anything that Salvador Perez has done. He's had himself a great season this year. It's just that we have to take a look at that stat with a bit of a grain of salt, because 31 homers and 45 homers is a big difference when you're having to do it all from behind the plate. There's a breaking ball that's swung at and missed, and the count is now 1-2 to Zimmer. Zimmer will be followed by the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. The Indians are trailing 7-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning to the Kansas City Royals. It's been the story of 3 2-run homers by the Royals. 2-run homer in the 2nd inning by Hunter Dozier to get things going. Andrew Benintendi's 2-run homer in the 3rd. And then the 2-run homer in the 5th by Salvador Perez. So Singer checks the runner a Straw at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count's now 2-2 to Zimmer. And on top of that, you've got the inability of Tristan McKenzie today to be able to retire the leadoff hitter. Each of the leadoff hitters for the Royals have gone on base in every inning. So when you're having to battle from behind and After you face Royals hitters with ducks on the pond, it makes it a challenge. There's a changeup that misses inside. The count now goes 3-2 to Zimmer. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. There is an open base as there are runners at second and third. The runner at second is Straw. The runner at third is Hedges. So here comes the payoff pitch to Bradley Zimmer. Singer is set at the belt. He looks at the runner at second, checks the runner at third. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. And the count's going to remain at 3-2 to Zimmer. The first time I saw Bradley Zimmer would have been about 3 years ago in Seattle. And he's the type of player that really fills out a uniform. You look at Bradley Zimmer and you could see why the Indians never really wanted to give up on him. He was a first-round pick out of the University of San Francisco, and his brother, of course, is with the Kansas City Royals. And he is in his 5th season with the Royals at the big league level. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Zimmer is retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to Jose Ramirez. But back to Zimmer for a moment. There was a lot of projections. He was considered a top prospect coming up through the Indians organization, but injuries and illness had derailed his career. This is the first time since 2017 that he's putting in some everyday playing time. So here comes the first pitch to Ramirez. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is absolutely smashed down the field line. It's trouble, and it's going to just hook foul. It's going to get eats in. There'll be a fight for the ball over there. One. So the count is no balls and 1 strike to Jose Ramirez. Ramirez today is 0 for 1. He bounced into a fielder's choices last time up, and he walked back in the first inning. So here comes the pitch from Singer. It's a fastball swung on. It is driven up the middle, and that's going to get both runners in. Hedges scores, and coming around from second base to score the run is Miles Straw. And the Indians have cut into the Royals' lead. It is now 7-2 for Kansas City. So with those 2 RBIs, that brings Ramirez up to 96 on the season. He needs 4 more to get to 100, and he needs 6 more stolen bases to get to 30. So he is a threat to run. Singer holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs to Franmil Reyes, and the count is 1-0. For Franmil Reyes today, who steps in, he's got a hit in the first inning. He singled. He struck out in the third. He's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to bring a visit out from the pitching coach for the Royals as Singer has started to fall apart a little bit here mechanically with 2 out in the 5th inning. One would think if he can get through this thing, the Royals will have somebody to turn it over to in the bullpen. He's only at 78 pitches. But they may not want to necessarily let Singer go through the order a 4th time. So the runner at first is Ramirez. The Indians have a pair of runs on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They've cut into the Royals' lead. It is now 7-2. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes to Franmil Reyes. When Reyes steps up to the plate, he is in scoring position in the batter's box. And here comes the pitch from Singer, and it's a fastball that misses low and away, and the count is now 2-0. Reyes is a very imposing figure at the plate. He's got 30 homers and 80 runs batted in on the season. He's hitting .260. Here comes the 2 ball and no strike pitch. Singer kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. A very warm day in Cleveland for afternoon baseball. Singer kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. Lopez fields it. He flips it over to Merrifield at second base covering. And that is going to retire Ramirez on a fielder's choice. 6-4 to end the fifth inning for the Cleveland Indians. But the Tribe get a couple of runs back. They had 2 runs on 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. Through 5 complete in Cleveland. It is the Kansas City Royals 7, the Cleveland Indians 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 6th inning after these from our friend Steve. Be sure to check out Steve Rademacher after the game. He's always got a lot of entertaining stuff on his channel.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
As always, thanks again, Steve, for your support. And in return, we'd like to support his channel on YouTube, whether it's Money Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, the Saturday morning cartoons, or the Sunday shoutouts. Steve has got something for everybody of all ages. We're ready to return here in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters scheduled to come up for the Kansas City Royals. That means it's going to be Michael Taylor, Ryan O'Hearn, and Hunter Dozier. And on relief of the starter, Tristan McKenzie, is J.C. Mejia, and he's back in for start his 2nd inning work. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down and away to Taylor, and the count is 1-0. Mejia came in the last inning and was able to induce Carlos Santana hit into ground out and struck out Adalberto Mondesi. So Mejia ready to go back to work, and there is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor earlier in the game walked and stole a base. That was his 14th of the season. He later came around and scored a run. There was a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder, Zimmer. He's going to make the grab, and that is going to retire Taylor for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn today is 0 for 2. He started his first time up and grounded to second his last time up. O'Hearn's got 9 homers and 28 runs batted in on the season. From the left side against the right-hander Mejia. Mejia comes set at the belt. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. O'Hearn digs himself back in, ready to go again. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's tapped over to the shortstop, Jimenez, who's on the right side of second base. He fields it, and he fires to first, and that is going to retire O'Hearn. It goes as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. That is going to leave it up to the right fielder, Hunter Dozier. For Dozier today, he's had himself a quality ball game. He's 2 for 2. He homered and knocked in a pair in the 2nd inning, and he singled and knocked in a run in the 4th inning. So he's 2 for 2 with 3 runs batted in today. So he digs in on the right side. First time he's had a chance to see Mejia, and the first pitch he sees is swung on and fouled away down the left field line and get into the seats, and the count is 0-1. Dozier's pulled his season average up to 214 with those 2 hits today. So Mejia holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Dozier. This is the 16th appearance for Mejia this year. We mentioned earlier that he has 11 starts under his belt. He's big at 6'5", 240, and there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Mejia has retired to side order, and he has retired 5 in a row. So for the Kansas City Royals in their half of the 6th inning, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Kansas City Royals 7, the Cleveland Indians 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with our call at the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters scheduled to come to bat for the Indians. That means Bobby Bradley, Owen Miller, and Andreas Jimenez are slated to come up to bat. And it has been a productive day for the right-hander Brady Singer. Singer has had 5 solid innings of work. He's allowed 6 hits, 2 runs earned, a walk, and 7 Ks. He's at 81 pitches as he enters the 6th inning. It'll be interesting to see if we're going to have a change or not. Sometimes we get the calls a little bit late. But he is going to return to the action, and he's going to face Bobby Bradley. Bradley steps in. He is 0 for 1 today. He struck out. He was hitting the pitch in the 1st inning, hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, bounced off his left toe. So here we are, Singer back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1-0 to Bobby Bradley. Bradley with his 13 homers and 36 RBIs. He's looking to get something going here in the back half of the month. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to second. It's fielded by Merrifield. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Bradley for the first out here in the 6th inning. So that goes as a ground out, 4-3 for out number 1. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Owen Miller. For Miller today, he is 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the 1st and grounded to 3rd in the 4th inning. He got the nod at second base today. And before we get this going, Salvador Perez is going to exchange baseballs with Brady Singer as Singer needs a new ball. So here we go back to the action. Singer kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. We said the last inning, be curious to see if Singer will see another inning after this one. There's a fastball that misses down away, and the count is now 1-1. He's working through his 3rd time through the batting order. Singer goes into motion, and there is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1 to Miller. The manager, Kansas City Royals, Mike Matheny, looks on. The former University of Michigan grad is now the bench boss with Kansas City. There is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to 3rd. Mondesi fields it. He fires across the diamond. And that is going to retire Miller on a ground out, 5-3 for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Andreas Jimenez. Jimenez today is 0 for 2. He's grounded to first, and he has struck out in his 2 times to the plate. He has made some nice plays defensively from the shortstop position. He's got himself 3 assists in the ball game. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that's tapped foul over on the first base side. The count is 0-1. Not only does he have 3 assists, but he's also made a couple of other decent plays in the field. I was thinking of the one to Mondesi where he had to charge the ball, and here comes the pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded right to the shortstop, Lopez, who's to the right of second base. He picks it up and fires to first, and that's going to retire Jimenez on a ground out 6-3 for out number 3. So for the Indians in their half of the 6th inning, quietly with no runs, errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 6 complete innings. Come on back for the last inning. Remember, we're playing softball rules today. Only 7 innings unless it goes to extras. It is the Kansas City Royals 7, the Cleveland Indians 2. We'll be back in just a moment after this. From our friend Steve, once again, be sure to check out Steve Rademacher's channel after the game. We appreciate his support of what we do.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Thanks again, Steve. We are moving to the top of the 7th inning. It is going to be the top of the batting order with Merrifield, Nicky Lopez, and Salvador Perez to come to bat for the Kansas City Royals in their half of the 7th. They have themselves a 7-2 lead, and we are going to get a Cleveland Indian pitching change. It is a left-hander that we are going to witness. We'll get you all the specs here in a second, as it is Sam Hentges. So Sam Hentges on in relief of J.C. Mejia, who had a very, very nice outing in relief. Hentges in his rookie season, he's going to be working in his 27th game. He's had 12 starts this year. He's got a 1-4 record. 63 innings pitched. He's got 84 hits allowed, 48 runs, 30 walks, and 63 Ks. The lefty gets ready to go to work here, and here's the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed by Merrifield. The count is 0-1. Merrifield today is 1 for 3. He singled in the first. He struck out, and he's grounded into a double play. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball, and that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Hentges is the big fella. He's from Arden Hills, Minnesota. So there's a breaking ball that is missed, and it's now 2-1. And whispering in our ear, our production group says it's Hentges. And it's said with a J rather than a G. So the big lefty goes back to work, and there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 3-1. Hentges stands at 6'6", 245 pounds. The Cleveland Indians have some big men on the mound. If they had to get into a bench-clearing brawl, not sure I'd want to be challenging some of these guys. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and it counts now 3-2 to Merrifield. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Hentges goes into the motion. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and it was really weird. It looked like it was fouled off, came up and may have hit the bat, but I don't know, or did Merrifield catch? No, it was what was interesting. I thought Merrifield may have hit the catcher on the backswing. But Hedges actually, it was fouled off and the ball hit the bat, and then it came and hit Hedges in the side of the head. So it was on a double whammy, and there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. So that was a kind of a bizarre play. Really no fault to Merrifield. Here comes the 3-2. There's a fastball swung on as lifted foul over on the first base side. And the count remains at 3-2 strikes. So Hentges ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats. And it's going to keep the ball count at 3-2 strikes. Hentges has already thrown 9 pitches in this at bat. So here comes the pitch, and it's a changeup swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Merrifield for the leadoff out here. First time or second time that the leadoff batter has been retired. When Tristan McKenzie was on the hill, he let the leadoff hitters get on base for 5 innings straight. Mejia and Hentges were able to take care of the leadoff batters in their first innings of work. First full innings of work, I should say. It's going to bring up Nicky Lopez to the plate. Lopez is 2 for 3 today. He's singled twice, and he's scored 2 runs. There's the first pitch from Hentges. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Lopez batting from the left side. He's pulled his average up to 303 today with the 2 singles, and there is a breaking ball swung on and fouled off, and the count is now quickly 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Hentges ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher, and he kicks and delivers, and there's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is 1-2. So 1-2 strikes to the shortstop, Nicky Lopez. We've got one out here on the top of the 7th inning as Merrifield was retired on strikes. Lopez and Perez to come. There is a changeup swung on. It's grounded to first. It's fielded by Bradley. He's going to make the play cleanly. He's going to race over and step on the base, and that is going to retire Lopez for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Salvador Perez. For Salvador Perez, he hit his record-breaking 46th homer back inning for most home runs by a catcher. So here comes the first pitch to Perez, and it is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. We said that 31 of those 46 home runs have been when he has been behind the plate. The other 15 were as a designated hitter. I did mention that Johnny Bench was the catcher at the time. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's 2-0. Playing in the National League, Johnny Bench does not have the benefit of being a DH. But one thing that could also put a little asterisk beside Bench's number is if he actually hit any pinch hit home runs that year. But for the most part, the 45 bombs that Bench hit he was doing it while being behind the plate. So here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball. It's swung on. It's tapped back to the pitcher. Hentges fields the ball. He flips it over to first, and that is going to retire Salvador Perez for the third out of the inning. So again, the Royals go quietly in their half of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's going to be the Cleveland Indians coming in to bat, trailing the Kansas City Royals 7-2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a moment after this from our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out.
It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
As always, be sure to check out Matt Hollis's channel after the game. He's got all kinds of crazy stuff. We'll be right back after this. At the bottom of the seventh. Would you like to support Last Raps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan. But we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Raps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. It is the 8, 9, and 1 hitters slated to come to bat for the Cleveland Indians in their half of the seventh inning. That means Austin Hedges, Oscar Mercado, and Miles Straw to get things going against Brady Singer. Hedges today is 1 for 2. He scored a run in his last at bat. He singled and was driven home by Jose Ramirez. And he swings at a breaking ball. First pitch, he lifts it into center field. Moving back on it is the center fielder, Michael Taylor. And with one pitch, Hedges is retired for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, Oscar Mercado. So Brady Singer looking to have a complete game. To his credit, Mercado is 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out and struck out. Here comes the first pitch from Singer. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Singer goes into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to short. Lopez comes around the ball. He fields it and fires to first. And that's going to go down as a ground out, 6-3 for out number 2. And that's going to leave it all up to the top of the order, Miles Straw. So for Straw today, he is 3 for 3. He singled in the first. He singled in the third. And he doubled in the fifth. Has really come on as of late. He's got his batting average pulled up to 271 on the season, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Singer gets the sign from his catcher, Perez. He rocks in the motion, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Straw. Singer rocks into motion again. He kicks and delivers. And again, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count's 2-1. Singer goes off the back of the mound and he grips the rosin bag and he's ready to go back to work. Comes the 2-1 to Straw. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. There is actually Kansas City bullpen. There's a right-hander up, and here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. It's fielded by Nicky Lopez. He fires to first. And that is going to do it. That is a ground out, 6-3 for out number 3 here in the 7th inning. So for the Cleveland Indians, they go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. It is final in Cleveland. It is the Kansas City Royals 7 and the Cleveland Indians 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap this baby up. We really appreciate y'all being with us here today. Hold tight. We'll be back for the wrap. Are you into digital cards? Last Raps Baseball has you covered as we do daily Top Spun Digital 21 card breaks. This new wave of collecting allows baseball fans to collect digital cards and compete against each other for prizes. Check out our daily breaks and send us a trade to Last Wraps. Be sure to tell your friends. Welcome back, everybody. The final score from Cleveland is 7-2 for the Royals. The Royals had 7 runs on 9 hits. There were no errors. Cleveland Indians had 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Brady Singer gets the win. He goes to 5-10. Tristan McKenzie takes the loss. He falls to 5-7. The story of the ball game was the scoring by the Cleveland Indians, by the Kansas City Royals. They hit 3 2-run homers. Hunter Dozier hit a 2-run homer in the second. Andrew Benintendi followed suit in the third with a 2-run bomb. In between all of that, there was a RBI single by Hunter Dozier knocking in Michael Taylor in the fourth. And Salvador Perez hit his record-breaking 46th homer, a 2-run shot in the fifth inning. The Cleveland Indians got a couple back in their half of the bottom of the fifth. It was a 2-run single by Jose Ramirez that knocked in Austin Hedges and Miles Straw, and that is how the game ended. The final score is 7-2. Once again, everybody, we really appreciate you taking the time to tune in today. This has been another Last Wraps Baseball production. Come on back and see us again later. We're going to do it all over again. We'll be making another call later in the week. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to hear us make the calls of the game. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll catch you again later.